me with the greatest love. Mine asks how she conceived us, supplying each and every wish, deeply entrenched in love's bliss. Oh, how joy overflows. Mine asks how we need to grow, the fullness set adrift on a splendor of endlessness, manifested higher show, the only lover of soul, planted firmly amidst in eternal boundlessness. Now I am seeing with a single line, every dream and every need being supplied, tenderly on the cheek, kiss, straight from love beingness, because she is my pride, and only her love to resign from heaven to her reach. Mine ass is there more that completes. This love is infinite. Beingness reigns again as this cup runneth over. Beingness surrounds and covers, manifested higher show. Love lights the candle, so it glows. What's this feeling I am reaching for? Beingness and to be adored. Now I am seeing with the single heart, every dream and every need being sublime, tenderly on the cheek, kiss, straight from love beingness. Yeah, art piece. Electromagnetism. Today, scientifically, it is agreed that the construction of matter is not a solid mass, as the physical senses testify. but rather held together by invisible force. Even on a physical level, one sees that the makeup of things is far different from what the physical senses has caused one to believe. Now, reality is being understood as entirely spiritual. The difference between reality and manifestation is reality is subtle energy, and manifestation is within levels of density. If natural light corresponds to spiritual light, then love, wisdom, must correspond to electromagnetism, radiation, gravitation. Everything in the universe is a wave function. Even wave function or being in the universe is an independent standing wave and is related to all other energy in the universe by means of the electromagnetic field of light. The electromagnetic field consists of two fields that mirror each other. The electric field separates everything into positive and negative, while the magnetic field reunifies all things into a whole. This is why things in the physical world appear separate and attracted to each other. What is harmonious is united, while what is not harmonious appears separated. DNA molecules involved in existence. DNA molecules evolved in existence because the atoms are in harmony with each other. The only reason DNA molecules and eventually people evolved into existence is because natural light, electromagnetism, is in correspondence with solar light. I am beingness, wisdom, love. On the microcosmic scale, electromagnetism corresponds to radiation, gravitation. Every massive entity exerts a centripetal force towards other entities. This is termed gravity or gravitation. Everything is attracted toward the massive center, but there is an equal centrifugal force that is separating things toward the outer peripheries of space. This is why the universe seems to be expanding. All radiates out and is gravitating in. There is an equilibrium between matter and space. Gravitation produces matter from space, and radiation disintegrates matter into space. These 3D phenomena are all just effects of the fourth dimension. The 3D space is not empty. It is connected to the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension by means of curvature, correspondence, and influx. All physical phenomena is produced by correspondence and influx from the higher dimensional fields of love, wisdom. The field of electricity corresponds to spiritual magnetism, the field of wisdom or truth, because truth or judgment also separates. Natural magnetism must correspond to spiritual magnetism, whereas truth separates what is not love. Love, soul, the SOLE, reunites wholeness. Sublime judgment, I am, separates or purifies true, false, good, evil, or in other words, eliminates duality. Love combines with purity. The AU, the gold mine standard, harmonious. Beingness is omnipresence because she is at the center of all manifestation through love, attraction, as well as at the extremities of the universe, gravitation, through wisdom, radiation, I am. This helps one inner, over, outer understand how and why DNA and nature or people evolved into existence. Woman in physical form is in fact the form of sublime love, wisdom. Woman, the natural form, involved and evolved through many cycles of transformation. Natural people continue to evolve by understanding truth, I am, and surrendering to love until soul singularity is emanated as new mind or new earth and new body, new heaven. This is how angels were birthed from the resurrected being. The angel is a being who manifested a higher dimensional body, celestial queen of heaven, Indrani, erroneously termed Nu. This state of emanation is the buddhic rainbow body, Dharmakaya, and on the individual level is Argo, the celestial ship, the new mind within the redeemed individual consciousness. Love is the last frontier. Beingness, interacting with the finite and unbounded higher dimensional energies, termed cosmos, universe, and galaxies. In three categories: love, wisdom, second, the electromagnetism, and third, radiation gravitation. In love wisdom category, the first step down is the stellar gateway, expressing electromagnetically as natural light, and radiation gravity is galaxies. Next up, love, wisdom, and celestial, electromagnetism, atoms, radiation gravitation, universe. Next up, love, wisdom, the spiritual heaven, electromagnetism, molecules, radiation gravitation, planets. Next up now, natural heaven, electromagnetism, DNA, radiation gravitation is stars. Next up, love, wisdom is life. Expressing electromagnetism as subatomic and radiation gravitation, earth. Light, both visible and invisible, is understood scientifically as electromagnetic radiation, and religiously is a symbol for beingness, the transcendent, that which dwells in inaccessible light. Electromagnetism empowers living being in all mental activities and empowers all living beings without exception in the vital activities and the inanimate things of this world in their atomic and molecular interactions. This energy even underpins the world of technology, radio, TV, computers, internet, Wi-Fi transmission. The all-encompassing field of electromagnetic interaction, or EMI, is readily seen as the physical analog for sublime immanence, the universal presence of I Am in manifestation. This is the insight into the uniform operation of electromagnetism throughout the world from the perspective of theology. First, the electromagnetism relation to three other basic forces in the universe: gravity and both strong and weak nuclear forces. Second, the history of scientific discovery of electromagnetism and its contemporary formulation as the theory of quantum electrodynamics. And finally, the character of electromagnetism as the single most influential factor in the development of living on the planet. The relationship between electromagnetism, interaction, and spirituality takes note of the ubiquity of light as a symbol of the sublime presence in the various world religions. Special attention is given to the symbolism of light in the Bible and writings of Christian mystics. Yet, references must also be made to Taoism, Hinduism, and Buddhism, each with its own way presupposing that nature as a whole is more than simply the sum of her parts. This experience of dynamic interconnectedness with nature is clearly enabled by the invisible workings of the electromagnetic field, both within the brain and the world, the micro and macrocosms. The present moment, beingness, the only presence, is the great equalizer and the great gathering place expounded by Buddhism, Daishakuan. Beingness is the present moment and is omnipresent. Beingness is the only place, home, and when fully realized, is actualized. The world of otherness is dissolved when one becomes aware of the only love, the only presence, the only reality. The voltage one carries is the potential for electromagnetism current to flow through. Electrical voltage is a potential electric current defined as the pressure that moves the current. One's magnetic voltage is the potential to bring the current of love and light into the world. In an electric circuit, voltage moves the current through the wiring to fulfill the purpose for which it was emanated, to power a toaster, a light bulb, or washing machine. Solar voltage has a purpose to fulfill, activating the spiritual consciousness current within. The process of generating and radiating is partly intuitive and innate. One's conscious awareness of harmoniously working with one's individual electromagnetic field and the galactic field brings enjoyment, pleasure, and fulfillment to the process so that one accomplishes within the healing needed without. Even without a clear conscious awareness of what is transpiring, the process is at work. Becoming aware of one's solar circuitry brings joy and the pleasure of fulfillment within the process, accomplishing all of what can be accomplished by the flow of spiritual current. One's solar circuitry has energetic pathways in the spiritual dimension of the mind or world and are the equivalents of the copper wires in electric circuits. These pathways run throughout one's spiritual nature and within the spiritual dimension of existence. The relevance of the fulfillment of solar current. There are no forms without the form having a spirit of its own. Even a rock has a spirit because all things are spirit at the slowest state of frequency. Voltage powers the current that flows through the human spirit and flows effortlessly throughout the entities and natural world. The spiritual natural within all manifestation, including people, energy field, is interwoven with consciousness and designed to bring the spiritual current into that field or state of mind. Many names have been given the electromagnetic field, the auric field, the emanating field, or just the field. It could be called a field of pneumoplasm, chi, or prana. It is the spiritual nature of living's experience and the base level of reality. The physical world is not naturally the first realm of function as a human being. One's primal sphere of function is in the solar, and one's function is to unite the solar light to the spiritual voltage, causing greater or increased power. In this case, unites the organizing power of I Am or wisdom with the power of love, the goddess of love. This current introduces a harmonizing influence into the being alive experience where the natural place, celestial queen of heaven, is established. The new mind, Cheyenne, stepping out of the door of her abode into the celestial queen of heaven nature, allows all emanation to harmonize with the one presence, the one love, with the supreme reality, beingness. The goddess of love is the power bringing sublime control, the eradication of ignorance, hatred, duality, and otherness. The ego constantly resists control at this level. The electromagnetism of sublime love activates and reorders the field of auric substance, bringing peace. One is here to bring peace. One is here, present, to allow one's circuitry to flow in the path it was meant to flow, towards the presence, beingness. This makes it easy to fulfill one's purpose. Receiver of the flow, from the giver of the flow. When the conscious mind severed the flow through delusion, family, friends, society, etc., this misappropriated energy caused spiritual stagnation within conscious communication. Instead of going through the spiritual circuitry meant to carry it, the current was grounded out. If an electrical circuitry is grounded out, one can apply as much voltage as you want, but it is not achieving anything. It is not lighting one's lights or heating one's toaster. It's just going into the ground. And if one's spiritual current is grounding out in random, meaningless, unfocused ways, the voltage of universal love is of no avail. This is why the old mind spent so much energy empowering itself through social programming, government, false educations, etc. One's current or sublime spark is meant only to fulfill the purpose for which it was given, to give reciprocity. Love wasn't given for the ego's glory. When one's attention, the sublime spark, is focused on love alone, then one knows the joy of truth in the fulfillment of one's purpose. One's life becomes artistic and something beautiful, filled with the wonderful solar experiences one was meant to have instead of enduring hardships and pain. Now, one's unique way of being, an expression of beingness, is a vital part of the solar circuitry. Now I am has opened up levels of thought and feelings to the solar voltage within, and these radiating streams divulge new realities daily. Being in life experience is so sweet and peaceful, with love as the ultimate guiding force of each and every step. Each breath is a song. All that is seen is an experience of timelessness, because one has no idea where nature began or where she will end. According to Paramahamsa Yogananda, people have fallen out of spirit through fabricated delusion. This attachment to objects of the physical senses and mind had deluded one away from the solar light, casting one in a role of an unlucky loser. Gain, loss, happy, sad. What a nightmare. Now the being alive experience is an expression of magnetic love. I am. Unconditional love and wisdom. Living in lovingness and tenderness at the same time. A magnetic pull experience as security and loving enfoldment. Yet also there is a presence, a pull, exerting her gravitational force. The truth reveals, and there's love, and her love is felt. In relationship to beingness, in relationship to truth, one is drawn, just as magnetic force attracts singularity, oneness is being pulled in the direction of soul, wholeness. When one feels this attraction, one feels bathed in sublime light and the subtlest kind of love. Love always wants to bring one closer to her truth, inner gnosis. When our love becomes very refined, very pure, very subtle, when love is at her subtlest, purest, most delicate, she requires total vulnerability with no defensiveness. One recognizes that is explicitly magnetic love. No words can express this enraptured state, this unity. Now one has found the deepest possible light and magnetism that keeps one engaged on the inner journey. Love's powerful force one can't resist. One needs to be at home, to go there, need to go there, has to go there. Yet there is where she is, the presence. It is in one's remembering. Love is always presence. And with this gnosis, one is living the truth of the mystery, the being alive experience. Now all time is dedicated to living and expressing truth, the truth of the mystery. The truth of the mystery, beingness, is the truth of unity. Soul, the SOLE in expression as generosity and coming together, singularity in the most appreciative, sensitive way. Love gives one the perspective of one's truth nature, complete clarity, radiance, and brilliance. This type of magnetism is pure luminosity, bright, beautiful, so refined yet powerful. She is so delicate but has an amazing impact that attracts enjoyment, that manifests as meditation, quiet sitting in a park. All acts within living have become works of art. The ultimate truth is such a unity, such singleness, which is actually a singularity, one may say. It's like being caught up in a gentle cyclone. The power is so exclusive, even time gets evaporated within bliss. One is becoming so connected. SOLE is truth. Two-ness now is only an appearance, not reality, nor what love fundamentally is. Mahalo, mahaloa, maha mayuri, maha Cindy, maha platinum, clap to